heartache was my own sweet dad from a worn out picture that my mother had. And I knew that scar on his cheek and his evil eye. Well, he was big and fat, gray and old, and I looked at him and my blood ran cold, and I said, "My name is Sue. How do you do? Now you gonna die." Yeah, well, I hit him hard right between the eyes, and he went down, but to my surprise, he come up with a knife and cut off a piece of my ear. So I busted a chair right across his teeth, then we crashed through the walls and into the street, kicking and gouging in the mud and the blood and the beer. Well, I tell ya, I fought tougher men, but I really can't remember when. He kicked like a mule and he bit like a crocodile. Well, I heard him laugh and then I heard him cuss, and he went for his gun and I pulled my first, and he stood there looking at me and I saw him smile. He said, "Son, this world is rough, and if a man's gonna make it, he's gotta be tough." And I knew I wouldn't be there to help you along. So I gave you that name and I said goodbye. I knew you'd have to get tough or die, and it's that name that helped to make you strong. Well, now you just fought one hell of a fight, and I know you hate me and you got the right to kill me now, and I wouldn't blame you if you do. But you ought to thank me before I die for the gravel in your guts and the spit in the eye, 'cause I'm the son of a bitch that named you Sue. What could I do? What could I do? I got all choked up and I threw down my gun. I called him my pa and he called me a son, and I came away with a different point of view. Well, I think about it now and then, and every time I try and every time I win. And if I ever have a son, I think I'm gonna name him after you. All right, Johnny Cash, Silverstein.